guys? Team Stamp West, Discraft Underground, Team Captain. We're super excited. We got Team Discraft's newest sign tonight, Ezra Aderhold.
Yes. How's it going, Wes?
Good. I saw that on your last interview with Corey Merle. I've been saying it wrong myself, so want to just kick off the video with saying it correctly so that everybody can get it right for the rest of the year.
There we go. Sweet. Yeah, most people get it wrong right off the bat, so it seems like a lot of people are starting to catch on to what it actually is, so it's kind of cool.
Yeah, as you make a name for yourself, I'm sure more and more people are going to catch on too. So we'll be sure and spread the word.
Sounds good. Sweet.
Perfect. So a lot of people I had talked to you back in early 2020, kind of as you were really just starting to kick off your year, and everybody knows that you kind of made a name for yourself last year, sort of touring without a sponsor. But I want to take it back to really before you even went on tour, and kind of share some of the things that you worked on to get you to the point where you felt comfortable going on tour, and specifically some of the ways that you kind of worked on your form, really leading up to all of that.
Yeah. So I mean, it was like 4 years ago when I kind of had the idea that I wanted to be like one of the elite kind of players in disc golf. And so I started just building my technique. I thought I'd need a really strong base to kind of build off of. And I knew that I wouldn't be able to be at that elite status if I didn't have elite distance, or it'd be a lot more difficult at least. So I wanted to have distance right away. So I spent a lot of time just in the field, walking on technique with, my phone, filming myself and slowing it down, comparing to some of the top guys in the game. And then like 2 years of just film and working on technique. Then I started playing like on the course again and kind of starting to develop the rest of my game a little bit. And then I think I did that for like 6 months and then entered my first tournament. And then that kind of showed me that my putting was complete garbage, and so I had to work on that. And then yeah, just once I started competing, it was just kind of keep playing in tournaments and keep trying to push my game to where I wanted it to be.
Yeah, I think one of the more interesting things that you had said to me and that I've shared with a lot of people is just how much time you kind of said you spent working in the field to, get that distance and to dial in your form. And, I think at the time you had said something like you had spent, 6 months or 2 years or like
Yeah.
two.
It probably took me it probably took me more than it needed to, and maybe I might have gone too long too, because I feel like just playing with other people kind of improves your form anyway. So I may have spent too much time, but yeah, it was like 2 years where I didn't really play on a disc golf course at all. A lot of fun.
Yeah, that's just crazy. I think it's, it almost serves as a little bit of a blueprint for players that are looking to get to that elite status. Just I mean, taking into account that you spent 2 years filming yourself, working in the field on building that foundation like you talked about. I mean, there's not a lot of people that are going to have that patience and have that dedication, but it has clearly paid off. Your first tournament was May of 2019.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
here you are, January 2021 on the Discraft Elite team. So I mean, obviously the work that you put in. And I think it's a testament to your work ethic, and I think it's a testament to those two years that you spent building that foundation. And I really hope to hear this story again in other players, that they spent the time to kind of develop those elite skills on their own before really making the jump to the elite disc golf level of touring.
Makes sense. Yeah. I just kind of figured that it'd be more difficult to try to like fix my technique if I spent a lot of time kind of ingraining my bad technique. So that's why I kind of wanted to focus on the technique side of it first and kind of get that flushed out before working on everything else. I kind of figured everything else would kind of fall into place if I had that down.
Yeah, for sure. Well, let's fast forward a little bit to the end of 2020 and talk about the battle at Belton, which for, if anybody doesn't know it, it's a huge A tier in Texas. There were a lot of big names at this tournament, and you were able to take it down. Tell us a little bit about that whole kind of tournament experience, and especially the last round, where here you are really with your chance to win like your first big A tier. What was that like?
Yeah, it was awesome, obviously, to be able to take it down. I was able to get to the course like a week in advance, so I was literally a lot of holes and get the course kind of, really comfortable. Get to where I was really comfortable on the course. And distance helps a lot, so I kind of had an advantage in that sense. Um, and then after the first round, I was a little bit back, so definitely knew I needed to make up some strokes. And then the second round is when I was able to shoot 1094 weighted round, and that pushed me. I think I was 6 back going into that round, and then I had like a 4-stroke lead after that round, so that definitely helped a lot. Um, and then it was basically just trying to stay in it in that final round and make sure that I don't let the guys on my tail catch me. I think I had Connor O'Reilly, Mason Ford, and Austin Hannum on the final card with me. So super good players. Obviously, any of them can pop off, and yeah, just tried to play my own game and focus on each hole, and yeah, lucky enough to come out on top.
Yeah. I mean, what a way to end your 2020 season. Here you are. You've been touring without a manufacturer sponsor the entire year and really trying to focus on your game and prove yourself. And you finish the year off with one of the biggest A tiers that can be had, and you get yourself a victory. So, I mean, quite a statement to make at the end of the year, especially when you really know you're going into some contract negotiations leading up to the next year.
Yeah, yeah, it was definitely a nice way to cap the season. Obviously, like being on tour, it's kind of difficult to get wins since the competition is so tough. So anytime you can pick up a win, even if it's not like a pro tour, but it feels great.
Yeah, that's awesome. So we're starting to see a lot more people that are interested in touring. We're seeing a lot of kind of regional pros or maybe kind of pros within their state. These guys that are 1,000-ish rated who are looking to hit the tour because the money is finally starting to flow in from some of these outside sponsors. The Disc Golf Pro
Yeah.
Tour is obviously doing a tremendous job to make this a viable living for a lot of people. When you first hit the road in 2020, what were some of the challenges that you faced, and what is some advice that you would give to those guys that are thinking about doing it?
Yeah, I would definitely say to save up money. Just in case you do miss cash in a tournament, it's definitely nice to have to not have to think about that, not have to worry about that, and let yourself kind of just play the game. And then if you can go, if you have people that you know on tour and you can kind of go with them and let them kind of show you the ropes, that can help too. I didn't really have that, but I think that would be a good positive. Um, yeah, I mean, I don't know, some of the challenges. I lived super cheap was basically how I did it. So. Yeah, those definitely different ways to do it. But if you can save up some money and go with some people that you know, then that'd probably make it a little bit easier.
Nice. Our next question: what's in the bag for 2021? We know obviously
What's in the bag?
we know obviously you're Discraft sponsored. We know the nuke. We've seen the special run of
It's all
nukes.
nukes. It's only nukes.
Yeah, 15 nukes. That's it. uh, Obviously, I'm sure you're gonna do
Yeah, actually, yeah, exactly.
I'm sure you're going to do an in the bag here early in the year. Are you able to just kind of give us what some of your go-tos are looking at the beginning of the year here?
Yeah, sure. I do plan on releasing it in the bag. Hopefully, maybe even tomorrow. So I don't know when this will air, but hopefully soon I can get it in the bag out. Just kind of like an initial thoughts in the bag. But so far, obviously, I'm loving the nuke. I'm loving the zone. I really like the raptor. Don't tell Yuli that, but I like the raptor a lot. And roaches, all fantastic as well. Those are kind of. I think those will be my go-tos.
Nice.
And then I like onyxes and some other discs as well, but those are like the main ones I'll go for.
Yeah, and obviously you're a power player. You have a ridiculously smooth forehand, which I didn't really realize until the Discraft video kind of showed the slow-mo forehand in the woods there. And so
Everything looks good. Everything looks good in slow motion though. So
no wobble on that forehand though. I'm a little bit of a forehand critic sometimes, and that forehand was just super smooth, and that's one of the ways that you can tell somebody's really put some work on their forehand is when it's just coming off nice and clean.
thanks. It's
Awesome.
those get freaky zones. That crystal flex plastic comes out nice and clean.
Shout out to Brody Smith. You had kind of mentioned in
Exactly.
your
Yeah.
you had mentioned in your interview with Corey Merle that some of your goals this year were to get a Disc Golf Pro Tour win and then to finish top 8 in the Disc Golf Pro Tour standings, both of which are huge goals, but you've proven that you have the talent to win with that win at the battle at Belton. What are some of the things that you're doing in this off season to kind of set yourself up for some of those goals?
Yeah. It's been trying to strengthen some of my weaknesses. Forehand I felt like was a weakness. So I'm trying to work on that. And then trying to just dial in a lot of the easy stuff. I feel like I let easy strokes go too often, and so when I'm within like 250 feet, I should get up and down every single time. I feel like, and so been trying to dial in those shots and just kind of get my game all rounded and have solid rounds more often. Obviously I can pop off kind of and have a really good round, but then I can also shoot like a 970, and I don't really want that anymore. I kind of want more consistently good rounds. So trying to just get everything solid.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Is there a
You know,
tournament you really think that is one that you're going to have a good shot to run at?
I'm really excited for the USDGC again. That's the one that I was kind of close in for most of the tournament, so I'm definitely excited to go back to that one. I'm really excited for D-Glow as well. The toboggan is that's probably my favorite course, so I'm really excited for that one, and Jonesboro as well. And then I'm super excited for York. I think that's going to be. Hopefully we can go to York, but I'm really excited for those tournaments.
Nice. That's awesome. That's a good set. Well, that is all of our interview questions, but we can't let you go without some rapid fire questions. So we got 10 rapid fires. These will just be kind of short answer questions. First thing that pops into your head. Are you ready?
Hopefully, we'll see.
All
I don't know.
right, we're going to kick it off with a fun one. What is the best type of bean?
Pinto,
Pinto
easy.
bean. What is your dream card? Three other players. You get to pick anybody. Who you grabbing?
Oh boy. Okay. I'll say Kevin Jones. He's one of my favorite people to play with. I'll say Tristan Tanner. He's probably my best friend on tour, and I will say Austin Hannum. He's also one of my favorite guys to play with.
Nice. Rainy round or windy round?
I'll take the wind. I'll take the wind.
Favorite stop on tour? And we had a couple of fans who had asked this one: Scott Sprout and Nick Oliver.
Nice. I'm gonna say that my favorite destination is GMC, but my favorite course is Toboggan. We'll go destination. We'll say GMC.
Yeah, a lot of people love it. That northeast swing is really beautiful, especially later in the year. The most important shot: the tee shot, the up shot, or the putt?
I'm gonna say the tee shot.
Ooh, why is that?
Drive for dough, putt for show in disc golf. I think you don't really go out of bounds on the upshot or the putt, so you can get into out of bounds trouble with the tee shot. And if you have a good tee shot, usually you have a pretty easy putt. So I'm gonna go with that.
Nice, I like it. Your favorite thing to do off the disc golf course?
Ooh, um, I guess I'll say walk out. I don't really do a whole lot except for play disc golf and make content. So I guess I'll say walk out. Go to the gym. I don't know.
Nice. That leads right into my next question. Funny enough, your favorite muscle group to work out?
Ooh, we will say triceps. I probably walk out abs the most, but we'll say triceps.
Nice. Some people like legs are obviously a large group and back's a huge group. So some people have
Wouldn't say legs.
not
Wouldn't say
like
legs.
winter retreat or desert vacation. Which one are you picking?
Desert vacation. Hate the cold.
This one comes from Aaron Havoc. First off, are you going to be at Clash of the Canyons? And what do you give yourself odds of repeating out there?
I definitely plan on being back. I think it is a Silver Series this season, so I think I'm already signed up for it. My odds of repeating, hopefully high. I mean, obviously, I know I can play well there, but I think there's going to be a little bit more competition. See, I'm excited for it.
Nice. And then our final question: Worlds 2021. We're so excited. It seems like it's going to be back this year. Who are you picking to win?
Oh boy.
You
I'm gonna
you can
bet on
pick.
myself. I'm gonna bet on myself. I don't know.
Nice. I like it. Awesome. Well, thanks for joining us, Ezra. We appreciate having you. I know we're both super excited to have you on Team Discraft and to follow along this year with your tour a little bit more comfortable this year in the RV.
Yes.
Is what we understand, so people can look out for you in the Discraft RV this year. And at the end of the day, there's one thing left to do. What is it?
Make that putt.
Make that putt. Yeah.